Do you want to know how to generate more sales for your Etsy print-on-demand business? Then you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you the one strategy that I've been using to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars each year. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Tom, and I've been selling online using print-on-demand for around 7 years now. And this channel is dedicated to helping you do the same. Let's get right into it. I'm going to boil this down into 4 simple steps. Find trends, create designs for those trends, list your designs on products for sale, repeat, and it's really that simple. Okay, so what do I mean by trends? Trends can mean quite a few different things, but generally a trend is something or a topic that is rising in popularity. Now, we need to be careful here. We don't want to be picking bad trends. For example, don't go and look at trending topics on, say, Twitter. These are usually very short-lived trends that only last a few hours to a few days. We want to avoid these. So what do we want? We want cultural trends, new sayings, hobbies that are gaining in popularity. We want to try and spot trends that have a longer life. By choosing these types of trends gives us a better chance of creating products that people are actually going to buy. A very good and recent-ish example of this was when the game Animal Crossing came out. And we also had the whole COVID lockdown thing too. This created a new cultural trend called cozy gaming. This wasn't a new thing, but with the release of Animal Crossing mixed with the lockdowns, this propelled cozy gaming into the mainstream. Now, you have to stay away from copyrighted material, but there is still a lot of designs you could have created for this trend. I'll show you a few designs I quickly created for this video based on this trend. These types of trends pop up all the time. So how do we find these trends? I've got 4 ways to easily find these trends, and they're all completely free. First is Pinterest and Pinterest trends. Probably the best way to find current trends, either by just browsing Pinterest itself, by searching for things like women's graphic t-shirts or graphic sweatshirts, or even better is heading to the Pinterest Trends tool. This tool shows you everything that is growing in popularity on Pinterest, and you can break it down by age, gender, country, interests. Not everything can be turned into a design, but most trends can be turned into a design in some way, especially if you sit down and really think about each trend. Look for trends that have grown in popularity but have maintained relevance. Avoid anything with a declining trend line. Anything with a declining trend line is a trend that is past and isn't worth spending your time on declining trends. Next is Google Trends. Now this is very similar to Pinterest trends, but this shows you everything that is trending on Google. A lot of stuff on here is copyright material, so be careful here. But this can also be used to validate any niche or trend that you're thinking of designing for. Just put your keyword into this site and it'll give you loads of data on that search term. It'll even show you if it's a trend that is gaining popularity or declining. This is an extremely useful tool. And since most of the world's population use Google to search for pretty much everything, the data here is really accurate. Next is Redbubble. If you just click the search bar on Redbubble, it'll give you 3 trending search terms. These are what people are actively searching for and are wanting to buy products for. You can take these and put them into Google Trends and see if they're growing or a declining trend. You can check here every day and get 3 new trends daily. Still on Redbubble, if you go into any category and find the best sellers section, here it'll show you all the best selling designs. Obviously, don't just copy the designs here, but you can take the niche, the topic, or if it's a general saying, and create your own designs from that. Okay, the last one I have for you is a site called Sparktoro. It has a free tool that collects everything that is trending from across the internet. Again, a lot of stuff on here is trademarked or copyrighted stuff, but occasionally something will crop up that'll spark a design idea. Again, if you see something on here, you can input it into Google Trends to see if it's a good trend or not. Since we are specifically talking about Etsy here, I'll show you 2 tools that are specific to Etsy. These won't necessarily allow you to find trends, but they will allow you to validate if it's a good trend or not. The first one is Alora. This site has a bunch of tools for your Etsy business, but today we're just going to look at the keyword finder tool. Just input any trend into the search bar and it'll give you loads of useful data like how many views the keyword has, how many people have favorited items for this keyword, and how competitive the keyword is, and lots of other useful data. You can then use this to decide whether it's worth creating designs for the trends that you have found. And if you go further down the page, it actually gives you similar or related keywords to what you've just inputted. These keywords are what people are actually searching for on Etsy. Next is a tool called eRank. This is very similar to Allura, but I actually personally prefer Allura. I find the website easy to use and the way it formats data is just better in my opinion. But eRank does give you the same data and is the more affordable option. But saying that, both tools do have free plans, so I'd recommend trying each one out and see which one you prefer. I'll now go over what I do to find trends and how I translate those into designs and listings for Etsy. First, I'll head to Pinterest and find something that is trending. Then I head over to Google Trends to validate whether it's a growing or a declining trend. If it's good, then I'll go on to brainstorming ideas. If it's a topic that I know a lot about already, then this step is usually very easy. But if not, I'll go on and research this topic and note down any ideas as I go along. Now I will have a list of design ideas or quotes, and these simply need to be turned into designs. I won't be going into how I create designs in this video, as it'll make the video too long, but once you have your designs, then you can go and publish them how you normally would. For me, I list them on Etsy. I do 2 listings per design. A t-shirt listing and a sweatshirt and hoodie listing. I've just found that this works best for me. I'd use Allura to find keywords that will help me formulate good descriptions and titles and keywords for my listings. And that's pretty much it. I do sometimes use Etsy ads, but not so much these days. I mostly just rely on the Etsy algorithm to pick up my listings. I find concentrating on SEO, finding good keywords, and making nice looking thumbnails helps more than just paying for Etsy ads. As I always say, ads are good for boosting sales, not for creating them. Just to summarise, because I think it's important, find trends using the tools I just shown here. After validating if the trend or niche is good, then go create designs for these trends. Using keywords data from Allura or eRank, list the designs on products for sale. Repeat this hundreds of times. You'll quickly fill your store with hopefully trending designs that people actually buy. I still use this strategy today. About half my store is filled with these types of designs. The other half are seasonal and evergreen designs, but I'll get onto that in a different video. Links for everything I've discussed are in the description. I hope you found this video helpful or useful in some way. Leave a like if you did, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.